Why, hello. Can the world hear me? Actually, this might get working, so I'm just going to put it right back up because I'm using my nice one. We're going to get rid of that. Let's turn that on. And what are these LinkedIn puzzles? Okay, so, oh my goodness. I thought I just turned that off. What are these LinkedIn puzzles? I'm going to look them up right this moment. LinkedIn daily puzzle. LinkedIn games. So they know that they're a site for like job connections, right? Okay, cross climb. Let's take a look at. Oh, I gotta sign in. Let's see if I can bring this up on the screen, maybe. And it starts breaking my computer, then we'll just shut it down. But I will. What's over here? Well, it looks like there's a cross climb in there today. Linked in games. And I'll sign in via my computer. Continue with Google. Do I even have a LinkedIn account? I think I have a LinkedIn account, but haven't signed in 45 years. Unable to sign in with Gmail. Please use your username and password instead. Ooh, that's a problem. That's a problem. Oh, you're good. Yeah, you're the only one here today. Security check. Okay. There. I'm not a robot. Verification for LinkedIn is gonna be just a minute. Let's see if I can. I just send a thing to my email. Oop, that's what that noise is. We getting an email. Type in this code. Isn't live streaming riveting? Me resetting my LinkedIn password? But yeah, Ronald, we definitely have more people on Fridays than we do on Wednesdays. Oh my goodness. My nails are getting just long enough that they're becoming a nuisance when I'm trying to type things. Sorry, your password was invalidated for security reasons. Oh my gosh. Then why don't you have the... Oh my gosh. I am having to fight so hard not to say my password aloud as I am typing it. No, I'm not looking at videos. I'm going to do it. I've got to turn that off. Every time my phone goes off, I'm like, that's the last notification. No one will have to worry about it. Okay. I brought it up. Sure, got it. Why? Oh my god. I hate the LinkedIn page. Go away. What are these? How do I get rid of this? Oh, okay. So we're going to present my screen. I hope it doesn't have sound because I'm not sharing it with sound. Okay. Add stage. Hey! I started with Crossfire because you said that one was your favorite. So let's take a look. Trivia ladder. Okay. Guess the answer to each clue. Reorder the rows to form a word ladder. Each word differs by one letter. Okay. Okay. Finish the top and bottom puzzles after row puzzles after they're unlocked to complete today's puzzle. Okay, this I think makes sense. What do you mean by form a word ladder? Just form a word vertically? I am starting to think that people need to do better with their explanation of how to play your games. At least these mini games. Okay, heat spit. Take a blank. No need to keep saying. Take a seat. Great. Long strip in the window blinds. Slit. Awesome. Narrow cut as a letter opener might. Oh, I would also call that a slit. What is that called? Is it a slat? The top one has been flat and this one has been slit. I'm gonna do flat. No. Can I go back? Can I make this one flat and this one slit? So does this mean I have it correct? Okay, so now that I have to rearrange things, does this mean I have it correct? Okay, arrange the words using the equal sign so that only one letter changes at a time to reveal the last two clues. Okay. So spit and slit. Okay, so seat will have to be last because heat will go after seat. A. Okay. The top and bottom rows. The top and bottom rows are compound word for a breakdancing move done upside down. Keep in mind the first word may be at the bottom. I mean, I'm assuming this first word is spin, because that's all breakdancers do. Okay. So we've got spin. Oh, head spin. It's a head spin. Oh my gosh, I'm brilliant. Oh my gosh, I'm brilliant. I have solved it. I'm crushing it. Absolutely brilliant. No, I'm not copying any of this stuff. Win streak.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I didn't realize LinkedIn had puzzles.
You really gotta watch the Discord because Ronald was talking about this like 2 days ago.
Oh, excuse me.
When you play in the future, they won't have some words already filled in for you. Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
Are we ready?
Oh, we should be ready. We're 30 minutes late.
Not 30 minutes late. We had a crossword up and we just played a game. Not 30 minutes late.
Okay.
Switch to the stream music. And I'm going to open up a window and pull in Instagram.
So I can eat my breakfast. Yeah, she turned it down. It was up kind of high for me too, but she turned it down.
No. Oh gosh. It still says. I gotta stop sharing my screen. There we go. Get rid of LinkedIn. It is breaking my computer. Okay. Oh, LinkedIn was breaking my computer.
We can't have that.
All right. My video. This is 79.
I know, crazy, right?
Coffee Klatsch. Number. Ooh, cheese and crackers. Number 79.
Cheese and crackers, that would be a good snack.
It would. I wish I had some cheese. Okay.
This one I closed you yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Let me know when we're ready.
I'm just copying the stream key. Give me a second. I'm working on it. Paste. Save changes. Not having LinkedIn open makes me want to apply for other jobs. Having my current job makes me want to apply for other jobs, Ronald. It's the bug. It's going around. Okay. So this is the part where I take up time and say that I'm about to press the go live button, but when I press the go live button, it's going to start playing, but like 5 seconds previous. So all of this is going to get caught in the go live. So I'm about to go live in 3, 2, it's loading. We're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Coffee Klatsch. I am your hostess, Dani, the depleted dame, and say welcome to my partner in crime,
Artemis the Fae.
And
also Maya.
if you have never been here before and wonder what we do here, we are here to be your audio ambiance, your background sound. We talk about anything and everything but crafty things first, because that's how we started. We are here to keep you company while you are watching your children, keep you sane while you are handling the housework, and to keep you calm while you are sitting in your bedroom after you've been attacked by your ex-boyfriend who is stalking you because you had to move to another town. He insists that you are a beta, and yes, your digital ID says you're a beta, but you feel like you're an omega. You don't like wearing beige and going to the gym. You're curvy and you like wearing colors and painting your fingernails. And you have a natural perfume that smells like strawberry shortcake, and it's attracting all the alphas in your new town. Especially one pack of alphas who wants to take care of you. So I'm here to tell you, let them. I am the reader, and I can see the future. And I say, let them take care of you.
That was a ride. That was a trip.
And we are also here, bonus, for the author to show you what it is to be low angst. Because if you think that was low angst, then we need to have a talk.
That was so much.
Oh, there's more, because everybody in the story is like, well, I think I'm an omega, but I haven't presented yet, so maybe I'm not really an omega. And the other guy is, well, I am a beta, but did they really just take me because I was with the Omega, or do they love me for me? And the Alpha is like, well, I have to take care of everybody, so I have to work all day and night.
Y'all
And
gotta chill out.
the other Alpha is like, well, I'm trying to take care of everybody the best I can, but I need the help of the other Alpha, but he's not showing up. And then you got the Omega, the Beta, who doesn't think she's a beta, but everybody told her she's a beta, so she's trying to be a beta. Meanwhile, she's driving all the Alphas in the neighborhood crazy because she keeps perfuming, and they say, you need to go get some scent blockers. Well, no, I don't need scent blockers because I'm a beta, and beta don't wear scent blockers. But meanwhile, you're sending all the men into rut.
Y'all need to all chill out. Everybody.
And if that's a low angst book,
everyone needs to chill out.
I don't think that's low angst. Am I wrong?
That does not sound
that
like
sounds
angst.
all the angst.
That
all
sounds
the
high angst.
All the emo.
Ronald. What Ronald was saying, there was a little character that was cycling on your computer wallpapers? I don't know which. Is it this guy? That's a little bear.
That's a little bear on the coffees.
How many wallpapers do you have? It was like 2 back.
I have lots of wallpapers, but right now I'm just cycling through the coffee ones.
Well, how many coffee ones do you have? Because Ronald was asking. It was like 2 back.
I think there's like maybe 10, maybe.
So we'll probably see it again.
You'll probably see it again.
All right.
What's nasty, Ronald?
You and your books. Your books are your angsty books.
Did I say anything nasty?
You didn't, but there's an undertone of nast.
True.
There's an undertone of nast in there.
True, because the Omega who thinks she's a beta is about to go in the heat. So
see, I knew it. Ronald and I knew it.
So I had to put the book down, or else I would have got into it, and then we would have been really late.
We knew it.
So since this is coffee Klatsch,
what am I drinking today?
With what we're drinking today, yes.
I am drinking limoncello lavender tea from the Asheville Tea Company.
And I was trying to tell your Aunt Terry what tea you were drinking, and I could not remember the name of it.
It's limoncello lavender, or lavender limoncello, my bad. It's lavender limoncello from the Asheville Tea Company. Not sponsored.
Okay, I'll have to check that out, Ronald.
What does Ronald say? If you like, this is comedian. Oh, I love Stanzy. Stanzy is so good.
Can I find Stanzy on YouTube?
You can find Stanzy on YouTube because she puts a lot of. I found her on TikTok, but she also puts basically all of her TikToks as shorts on YouTube, and I think she has a few longer videos as well. But all of her, you've seen them in person. That is wild. I also just saw a post. Speaking of comedians in person, I just saw a post from Josh Johnson saying, hey, if I came to any of these cities, would you guys be interested? And one of the cities was Asheville. And I was like,
I like Josh Johnson.
If Josh Johnson comes to Asheville, I have to go.
See, for a second, when you said you saw a post from Josh Johnson, I was like, our neighbor?
Not that Josh Johnson.
Not that Josh Johnson. I know. But just for a split second till you said, tour, I was like, okay.
Wouldn't that be wild if our neighbor, Josh Johnson, was now a wildly famous comedian?
Well, I am drinking cafe stuff.
Spectrum is coming for you. Spectrum said this coffee is not sponsored. Do not say this.
Sister who is convinced that I need.
Okay. I think you're back.
Your sister who is convinced that I need to drink it every day, because I haven't been drinking it every day. I've been rationing it since I was at the bottom of it. And she's like, have you seen a difference yet? I said, well, no, not really, but I don't drink it every day. She said, you should drink it every day.
You should drink it every day.
I'm going to start drinking it every day, but I didn't today because we were already running we were already running out of time, so I was trying to hurry, and I didn't feel like trying to get my weak fingers to try to open the new pack that she just sent me. But I am also having. Did we discuss the potato cakes from Starbucks last week?
No, we
or
did
I not have them yet last week? Okay. Well, your father works at the airport. He works in the concourse that is near the food hall. Okay. And sometimes, since he works late at night when they're like changing out their stuff, you know, because they have to change out stuff, you know, if it's been sitting there too long or whatever. It's still good, but if it's been, you know, because you've worked in food service, it's still good, but it's been sitting there too long, so regulations, they have to change it out.
Quality.
Yeah, he has to change it out. So Starbucks does like egg bite things, and they have these other things that they call them potato bakes. It's like potato, cheddar cheese, eggs, and chives.
Ooh.
In a little square. And so the other day, I guess he went to Starbucks for a late coffee or something. And he's like, they were clearing this stuff out. So they gave him some for free because they were clearing them out. And so he brought them home. I ate them. They were yummy. So apparently he's friends with them because they gave him more.
Ooh.
Yes, they gave him more yesterday, and they gave him a pre-grilled cheese sandwich.
Pre-grilled cheese, as in it's just cheese and bread.
You've got the sourdough bread. It's buttered already on the outside, and it's got the big hunk of cheese in the middle, and it's got the instructions to heat. And so I put it in the air fryer, and it was very yummy. Well, I mean, they put it all together and put it and freeze it, and then you know, so that they can do it for customers. So I am having
pre-grilled cheese.
No, I had my pre-grilled cheese last night. It was very yummy. But I'm having my potato bakes. Nice. I had a little extra cheese on top of them.
We had a lady when I was doing. I'm about to lean into my hair.
I think we did talk about these because you told me to put put extra cheese on them.
Oh, maybe I did. No, I remember you talking about egg bites. I don't remember potato cakes.
That's what I meant. The potato cake. I called them egg bites because there's eggs in them. But then when I went online to find out how much protein was in them, because you know I'm trying to up my protein. Yeah. I find out that the little round ones are egg bites, and these square things they're calling them potato bakes. So
okay, because in my head I was like, she's eating two different things. But yes, I remember now because we did talk about this live because I told you to put cheese on them. I used to have, when I worked at Ingles, there was a lady who, because I worked overnight doing the stocking at Ingles, and one of the deli ladies would come in the morning, and she would come in and ask everybody if they wanted potato cakes, and she would go, and in the oven in the deli, she would like bake up some potato cakes and give them to everybody and put them in little cups, and we would eat them with forks. It was very good.
Cute.
Very good.
So,
I know you got a life update. I have not been doing anything.
Do I have? I have no life updates.
What'd you do last weekend?
I went to Aunt Terry's house.
Oh, that sounds like a life update to me.
Well, I was hoping you had a life update so I could eat. But okay.
So you eat. We've got to figure out this eating on stream thing, because you're always like, you do the things and I'll just eat, and I'm like, first of all, both of us need to be talking. Second of all, I don't always have things going on. You know what I can talk about though? I mean, if you want a minute to eat, something I can talk about. Yesterday, Wayne and I watched Godzilla v Kong, and I have some thoughts.
Okay, but that sounds like our media consumption. So I'll just go ahead and do life updates right quick.
Okay.
So went to Aunt Terry's house. It was very nice. We went. I'm trying to remember, what did we do on Friday? Oh, we went to a restaurant that apparently is right here in Mount Holly on Main Street, called 119 Main Street, and it's Thai food and sushi. It's a combination of Asians, let's put it that way, because they have a couple Japanese dishes, they have some Thai food,
It's
And
just
then
an
they
Asian
have some
food spot.
sushi. So it's like a little Asian, but it's not like, when you go to the Chinese food place.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's a little more elevated because they have like pad thai and all that kind of stuff. But so that was yummy. And then we played a few party games. We played a game called I can't remember I can't remember the name of it. I cannot remember the name of it. But it is I'd heard of it before and had never played it. It's a party game where you try to get people. It's in the same vein of Taboo. You try to get people to say, I think the name Neanderthal Poetry for Neanderthals. I think that's the name of it. It's you have a word on your card like ticket, and you try to get your partner to say ticket, but you can only say one syllable words. So you'll say something like paper to let in show.
That is not what I would have said.
Well, that's what I could think of for ticket right now.
But also, paper's not a one syllable word.
Oh, that's right. So I said paper. So then the other person from the other team is watching me. There's an inflatable
hammer?
Not hammer, but
gavel?
Club.
Oh,
club that you bonk the person on the head if they say more than one syllable. So it doesn't really take any points from you or anything, but it just
so I can get this off my chest for the word ticket. Drive, cop, slip.
Okay. Good.
Continue. Sorry, I need to get that off my chest because I feel like I would win this game.
But so you're just trying, and it's one of those games which are not. I mean, I had fun playing it, but
that's certainly not apples to apples.
Because I'm good at those kind of games, but I'm not a fan of. It does look like she's talking into the TV diffuser, doesn't it? But I'm not a fan of games where the rules are not set. And this is one of those games where it's like you just kind of play till you get tired. There's not like an end-win condition or the first person to 5 points wins or something like that. But that's just
an easy rule. That's an easy house rule for y'all to set.
Yeah, I know. But, I just like games that are preset or whatever. But so we played that, and we played Bananagrams, which I was terrible at.
I don't think I remember what Bananagrams is.
Considering I am good. It was my first time playing Bananagrams too. Considering I feel like I'm good with words, I'm not good with speed. Basically, there's all these letter tiles, kind of like Scrabble. You put them all face down in the middle. Each person takes 21 tiles, right? And then you say go. You all start at the same time, and then you try to make words. You lay the words out in a crossword style, so words can cross each other using the letters or whatever. When you use up all 21 of your words, you say peel, and then everybody has to take an extra letter. Okay. So you're trying to be the person who has used all of your letters in words in your personal crossword in front of you. Okay. But every time you use up the letters you started with, then you say peel and you take another letter. Everybody else has to take another letter. So like I already have 5 letters I haven't used, and it's Terry's over here saying peel, I gotta take another letter. Next thing I know, peel, I gotta take another letter. Peel, another letter. So I'm never using up my letters.
So is it an everybody at the same time is just trying to figure out how many, like, get all their words together?
Or yeah, everybody at the same time is making their own personal crossword. And like if you started out with, say, the word beat, and then you put another word across it, like stop, using the T with beat, but then you get more letters and you realize you can't use these letters, but you could if you rearrange beat and stop, then you could take that all apart and do all over again and see. That was
Bruh.
me. I just kept taking stuff apart and rearranging into different words, but never got to a point where I used up all my letters. So I did not, but I would play that again. Even though I did not use up all my letters, I did not win. But I think what worked against me is that I was using, just like in Scrabble, I pride myself with using big fat letters. Ooh, where did she disappear to? I pride myself with using big words, but in a game like Bananagrams, you need to use your letters as fast as you can. So you use, hot, fat, eat, cat, toe, just hurry up so you can hurry up and use up your letters. And I was making big words. Trying to use up all my letters with big words.
I hear you using all your SAT words.
Yeah, seriously. But then Saturday we did a little bit of shopping.
Ooh.
Which I'll talk about when we go into Yarny Thoughts. But we did a little bit of shopping, and then we went to Birria Taco again because that's their favorite place, and it's right in their neighborhood. And the food's very good. So we went there, and then we went to Luck Factory, which is the game cafe in their town. That's
a good name for a game cafe.
And I had a whole list of games this time for us to try. But we had her neighbor, who's all about the party games, and
her neighbor
and the neighbor's 15-year-old granddaughter. And so we ended up playing a bunch of party games.
Oh well.
But I mean, it was nice to be out there with everybody. But
what would have been a good party game if they had it? Just one. Because that's definitely a party game.
I think they do have just one. We should have pulled that out.
Yeah, if this situation happens again and they're like party game, you should suggest that one. Because that's a pretty fun one.
Yeah. Because we played something called In a Pickle, which I hated. It's a game where everything has all the cards. It's an argument game. You need to make a good argument. Yes, I described this to you on Sunday, didn't I? Yes.
Yeah, basically it's an argument game. It's similar to, there was another game that I watched Overboard play, where you draw just like various things and you have to turn it into an invention and pitch the invention for the leader person. It's another argument game like that. From what she described for me, there's a jar of pickles, and then you have various cards with various items on them, and you have to argue that your item is bigger than the pickle. Snake oil. Thank you, Ronald. I want to play snake oil. I want to play snake oil so bad because I have arguing in my soul, and I just feel like I would, if not excel, be in the top 1% of that game. I would have so much fun with that game because arguing on a daily basis.
But we played In a Pickle. We played Tapple. If you can remember where I live,
Ronald, you're in Minnesota? Is this correct? Did I actually get it right? I was definitely about to say Ohio.
See, I will forever remember it now because Tim Walz is his governor. So,
yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
Well, it works for me. But so we played In a Pickle. We played Tapple, which, for those who don't know, is basically a contraption that has most of the letters of the alphabet, not all of them. There's no Z on there. But it has most of the letters of the alphabet around, and you tap the middle to start it, and there's a clock going, and there's cards that have names of states, and then you have to if you say Delaware, then you hit D to press the D down so then nobody else can do D, and then
Mhm.
you hit the thing, and then the next person goes. You hit the
Oh,
thing to
I
kind of
know this
extend the time, and
game.
then the next person has to say their thing, and then yeah, it's the game that you guys play in line when we're trying to go through customs on the cruise. Except you don't have a device; y'all just play it
Yeah.
in your
Because we
head.
just started because with Tapple, I imagine you can go like pick any letter in the alphabet.
Yeah.
When we're in line at the cruise, we just started A and work our way down.
hmm
I forgot that we definitely just straight up play that game.
And we played another game called Roll With It because somehow I read their list wrong, and I thought that they had I thought they had a few games that they actually don't have. So I wanted to show them spots. They didn't have spots, but the lady there's pretty good. Like if I say, "Do you have such and such?" She says, "No, we don't have this," and then she'll go off and she says, "But this is close to it. So how about try this?" And so we played this game called Roll With It, which she said was similar to Spots. And in my mind, it's similar to Roll and Bump too,
Yeah.
where you have cards that have different configurations of dice on them, and then they have a point. So like a 15-point card would have like maybe 6 dice on it, and
Mhm.
all of them are 3s. Well, Roll and Bump is on BGA. I don't think Roll With It's on BGA.
Yeah, Roll 'em Up is definitely on BGA because we just played that this past Sunday.
Yeah, because we play Roll and Bump, but I haven't seen Roll With It on BGA. But see, that makes me want to look now. But so you'll have the dice on there, and then everybody has 6 of their own colored dice, and you roll. You start out on your turn, and you roll your dice.
Yeah,
And if
Ronald
you-
said you're right. He just checked.
Okay, so you checked for me. Thank Ronald. You saved me time. But you can, so when you roll, the difference between this and Spots is like when you have your own personal 6 dice, you roll, and if you're trying to get a card that has 3 dice on it that says 1, 2, and 3, and you happen to roll a 1 out of your 6 dice, you can put your 1 next to that card, and then you only have 5 cards to roll when it's when your turn comes around next time. But meantime, when Maya takes her turn, she could roll, and she gets a 2. She could put her 2 next to that, so she's saving herself a spot on that card too. And now both of us are kind of in a battle to see who's going to get the other 2 dice, and then take that card. And then when you take that card, you get the points with that go with that card.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
But I mean, you can put dice on more than one card, so you can put dice on that card, and you can put there's 3 cards out at a time at all times, and you can put dice on that card and either the other 2 cards if you have dice that match. But then that gives you're holding spots on all 3 cards, but then you only have 3 dice left to roll next time around. So you kind of want to think about, do I really want to?
Yeah.
Hold spots on all the dice. I like that game. I think I would buy that game. It's a very, what they call, small footprint game, because it's like the whole box is like maybe that
tiny,
big.
yeah.
It's not huge at all. And so I feel like you'd have room to play that on I would feel more comfortable if we had a little box to roll the dice in.
Oh yeah, so your dice are like traveling across.
Yeah, we were dropping dice on the floor, so until we got the hang of just like sitting real close to the table, using my boobs to guard the dice. But we played that. What else did we play?
You played the tile game that I was like, oh, the tiles look nice and chunky.
Oh, that was Sunday.
Oh, okay.
That was Sunday. We played something. We played 3 or 4 games at the game cafe. It's only $8, and you can sit there as long as you like.
It's only $8?
Yeah, it's $8 to get in, and then you can sit there as long as you like. They have, if you get there early enough, they have food as well. They have plenty of drinks. They've got like wine and beer and soda and coffee and tea. They got plenty of drinks. And they have, you know, like I said, if you're there before like maybe 8 or so, you can also get, you know, a burger, some fries, you know, cheese sandwich, you know, they have like maybe 5 menu items, not a lot. But then they also have little snacky things, potato chips, and they have what they call a snack flight, which is like
a few, like a little bit of several
yeah,
different things.
There's like 4 cups on there, and there's like nuts, M&Ms, gummy worms, and something else. I can't remember.
Gummy worms,
pretzels,
wild.
Pretzels. What's wild about gummy worms?
Because gummy worms in my head are not a dry snack because of the gummy stickiness of them. Like M&Ms and pretzels and stuff like that are a dry snack. Gummy worms in my head are like not necessarily a wet snack, but they're not a dry snack. And so I'd be worried about people.
Snack. I think what you're thinking, not a clean snack. You would have residue on your fingers when you touch the cards and stuff.
Yes, but like pretzels and other things also aren't necessarily clean snack if they've got like a flavor dusting on them or something. I do not know how to explain it in my head. Gummy worms are not a dry snack. Like pretzels and M&Ms are a dry snack. Gummy worms are not a dry
Some are sticky and some are not, like Ronald says. But Ronald! Ronald!
Shame.
I'm not even going to repeat that. If you're lucky enough to be here in live, then you can see that comment. But
if y'all are on Instagram, come check the VOD on YouTube and you'll see what Ronald is over here spouting. Anyway, so you played games on Saturday.
So Sunday, we slept in late and, you know, had a nice breakfast because she's a good cook. And then we played, because she has games, but she can't seem to get her husband and her family to really play games with her, other than really like, there's some like really quick like dice game type things that they're willing to maybe play one sitting or whatever. But like, for instance, she bought, when we played Azul at the Game Cafe the first time we went to the Game Cafe, and then she bought it because she saw it on sale on Amazon for like $10 or something, some crazy sale. Whereas like, I mean, I got the mini Azul because it was cheaper than the full size Azul, and then she found the full size Azul on sale cheaper than I got the mini for.
Wild.
And I was jealous. But she can't get her family. It's like, if it's not a really simple really simple game, which I think Azul is simple, but
not for normies. Like, we are all, everyone here having this conversation with us is, I feel like, used to having to have some sort of explanation for games, like a good bit of explanation for games, and like, okay, I think I get a base understanding and I'll play a little bit and understand the rest, kind of thing. Whereas I think normies are like, you need to be able to explain this game in 3 sentences. Any more than that, and my eyes are glazing over. This game, like, casual games for us are like welcome to the government for normies.
Yep. And that's it. She can't get any of them to play Azul or anything like that. She has hopes that because she wants to get one of the small box Ticket to Ride games, like the one I bought you or like the one I have.
Yeah.
Because I bought you what?
Ticket to Ride London.
Oh no, you have London. You have London, and I have San Francisco. And for those who haven't played, I know Ronald has played Ticket to Ride before. I don't know if you're familiar with the smaller box Ticket to Rides, but those, there's always something slightly different depending on what city you get in those small box ones. But they play a little bit quicker because the board is smaller. And I think they're simple. She thinks she could probably get her family to play them, but I don't think so because they can't play Azul.
It was simple enough that I could get 2 7-year-olds to learn how to play it. We didn't play with all the rules, but I was like, first one to this many trains, or first one to complete this many tickets. and like I was able to get them to play it.
So we played Azul, and we played Welcome to the Moon, which is a game that I own, that I got for Christmas. We played that twice because it took a minute for her to wrap her brain around it.
Mm-hmm.
So we played that twice. So that was fun. So right at this point, I feel like, because she's wanting us to get back into the right before the pandemic, I had just about talked myself into, okay, I can go over there like maybe once a month or every other month and have that be my outing or whatever. But then the pandemic came, and I went back into my hermit tendencies and did not leave the house. And the longer I don't leave the house, the harder it is for me to leave the house.
Leave the house, yeah. Well, y'all still need to come out to Fae Nectar.
And so maybe I can talk her into doing that, because the whole time I was there, they've had some tragedy in the family. We won't go into it, but they've had some tragedy in the family. And so for the past 6 months, Terry has just not been in the mood to people.
To do anything, yeah.
She hasn't been in the mood to people. And I went over there, and her husband's like, you need to get her out of the house. She needs to leave the house. You need to get her out of the house. I'm like, I barely get me out of the house, sir.
Surprise, this is now your job.
What are you talking about?
I need to check, but I think September is the Festival of Heroes, which is supposed to be the biggest one. So there will be the most like people in costume, the most people showing up and everything.
Won't we be on vacation?
Not the first weekend in September. I think it's one of the later weekends in September, because it's almost never the first weekend.
Very funny, Ronald.
So I will.
But in my quest to be a better friend, I guess I will try to. I just realized I am not centered.
No, I am never centered. I'm over here leaning over by my fancy tea diffuser microphone.
So, is that better?
I mean, you're not censored, but Marilyn is.
Yes,
actually,
she is.
You and Marilyn are splitting the difference, honestly.
Yes, she's very centered. But yes, Ronald, we are going to be gone
for a week.
We're going to be gone for that first week, so there will be no Wednesday or Friday Coffee Klatsch.
I might see if I can whip up a little.
I don't think that Friday the 31st. I don't know if we're gonna do a Coffee Klatsch.
I can't. You can. I cannot, because I will be driving to your house.
Exactly. You will be driving to my house, and your father will be here. And I don't know if I feel like doing video because I still pretend that your father doesn't know that I do this,
even though he definitely does.
I don't think he realized what he was seeing. I think he blocked it out of his mind.
Yeah, it's the first week in September. The problem is, other than Junie, it looks like every single one of our viewers is also going to be gone.
So it is just vacation. Oh, but he was here, Ronald. But I'm pretty sure, thought that we were just doing a video call like we do every Sunday when we play games.
Because we do a lot of video calls.
I don't think he understands that goes out to the world.
Oh, move your hand. The raccoon that's on your... Is that a raccoon?
Oh, no. I think it's a panda, because he's on a...
Oh, is he on like a bamboo?
He's got a bamboo stick. Or something.
From this distance, it definitely looks like a raccoon. I agree with Ronald.
Yeah, I can see in the screen it looks like it would be a raccoon, but no, he's holding like a stick of bamboo. So he's a panda.
I love that Ronald has been waiting for him to show up and just been watching that corner of the screen. It's like, I'm gonna catch him this time. so
Yeah, I
cute.
had a different thing that had like vintage black and white photos that would come up, but I took that off for a little while because the my work, this is my work computer, and my work computer was acting up.
Hmm.
So I took that off. But I'm getting a little bit tired of the coffee, so I might change it again. But
I can send you my folder of
anyway, so
wallpapers that I have. What is Ronald saying?
what is a Yelp event? Yelp has
What is a
events?
Yelp event? Isn't
Well,
Yelp the
but yes, hey, Junie.
isn't Yelp the review service?
Yeah,
Ronald
the
is
site
out
where
here
people
discovering that all of these services that are supposed to be for professional things are out here doing other stuff. We got LinkedIn with games. We have Yelp throwing
wait a
parties.
minute.
What is going on, Ronald?
Yelp Elite? What the heck is Yelp Elite?
What is going on?
What the heck
Yelp
is Yelp
Elite?
Elite?
He's reviewed enough people that Yelp is like, oh, you know the good. You've got to come here to see if we like this place.
Well, I know he does like his snacks.
Tasting at a liquor store with drinks and foods. Oh my goodness. That is
sounds yummy.
wild.
Speaking of drinks, before I forget, you need to send me a link for where we can buy that tea.
I'll see if I can look that up right now.
Your limoncello tea. Okay, so do you have any life updates, or are we switching over to
the
to
only life
Yarny
update that I
thoughts?
have. The only life update that I have is that I saw a dragonfly the other day. Let me pull it up. I took a picture.
Your life update?
Are you
is a
laughing at my dragonfly? Yes! I got a pretty close picture of a dragonfly, I feel. Let me
Yelp
share.
is incentivized to find people who make regular reviews and write good ones and take good photos, so they partner with elites. That means my reviews will be at the top of a page that you look at because I'm trustworthy. Oh, well, look at you, Ronald. And they pay us through events in new places.
Ooh, that's
interesting.
Fun.
Well, good for you.
This is
That's a good photo. That is a good
Thank
photo.
You.
A very close up of the dragonfly.
Well, I had to zoom in like 700%.
Well, yes, the zoomed in version of the photo is very nice.
Because I have a good camera. But yeah, I saw the dragonfly.
He was just camera. I
that's on my car window. So I was like,
have you already traded your phone in? Or is this the camera on
No, I've not traded my phone in yet.
Old phone.
Yeah, this is still on my old phone, but I specifically get phones that have decent cameras so that when I'm taking like henna pictures and stuff like that, I've got decent pictures.
So yes,
I'm not about to be out here buying a DSLR.
You're too drunk to drive home. You crochet gray squares on the bus. So you were saying, I noticed your comment earlier.
Yeah, about the granny square all-in-one.
I almost bought another skein of that because this is going to go into my yarny crafty thoughts. But if you're done with life, I'm going to change the banner to. Well,
sure,
you're not done with life, but you know what I mean. I'm going to change the banner. But I saw some. I think it was at Walmart. They had the Granny Square all-in-one on sale for $7.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, because when I bought it, it was like $11.
My skein of Granny Square all-in-one is still sitting. I'm looking directly at it in the corner over here because I caked it all up, expecting to do more granny squaring, and then I remembered I hate sewing, and that's what granny squares require you to do.
Oh, crazy.
The lengths of the colors are not the same size. I thought it was more Auntie Joanne's when they first came out. Like I thought they were, because like so there's the like average size skeins, and those are usually about $5. And then like super saver size skeins, like the bigger size skeins, those are usually like $8. But if it's a fancy type of yarn, then the regular size skein of the fancy yarn will be $8. So that makes sense. Yeah, $7 for this. Okay, yes, that makes sense. I was also thinking because I buy a lot of Bernat and blanket yarn as well, so I'm like, something is $12. This is not doing math. But yes, this makes sense.
Yeah, we were at Walmart because I was looking for a particular yarn, and so I was looking up at the top because I saw the bags where they would have 3 skeins in the bag, and I know when you buy it online on Walmart, they only sell it to you like in bags of 3. So I thought, well, maybe the yarn I'm looking for is up, because I know I could buy it on the Walmart website, but I wanted to see if I could buy it while I was in the store. Anyway, so I'm looking up, and Yarn Terry's looking up too, and she's like, oh, that yarn is so pretty and looks so soft. And I looked up and see what she was looking at, and it was Bernat blanket. And I said, Maya says that is the yarn from hell.
It's rough. Like, it feels nice, and everybody, like Wayne loves holding the squishies and stuff that I make out of that, and like a lot of people love holding the squishies and stuff that I make out of that. But it is just like, and it may not be the same for you because you crochet a bit slower than me, and you don't have any kind of like deadlines or anything, so you can like take your time and do it. But I am like, make this chicken, what is going on, make this chicken, like fighting it.
But so, okay, into our
40 hours.
Time out. You continue talking, Mother. Everyone's waving at you.
Hello to Rainbow. Okay, so I like I was saying, well, first off, I have not gotten anything done on my granny square, not granny square, but my hexagon style shirt, and it has just hit me that we are 2 weeks away from vacation, so I really need to get on the ball with that. But I didn't take it on with me when I went over the weekend because I am at the part where it is just, it's too much to carry around. So I would rather just work on it while I'm at home. If I take crocheting with me to go to somebody's house, then I usually take something that's more mindless to work on. So I did not take that with me to work on. So there's no progress on my shirt from last week. But like I said, it's coming up, so I gotta work on it quickly. Are you about to tell us you have some progress on your vacation outfit?
Yes.
Well,
so we did some discussing, and instead of making a full dress, which just feels like an undertaking because I'd have to make the top and everything, I'm going to, like, I'd have to make and then sew and fitting and just all that. I'm going to make what would be a lot simpler, a skirt. I want to see Junie's pictures in the Discord as well. But I'm going to make a skirt and just do that and wear the white top that I made last year. Sorry, I'm also pulling up Discord because I want to see Junie's work as well. But so I was going to, there was a whole situation because I was going to buy the Square skirt pattern on Ribbler, which is only available on Ribbler, by the way, because I went to look for it in other places. Only available on Ribbler. But when I went to buy it on Ribbler, it locked my cards down because whoever put it on Ribbler, it's an international purchase. Ooh, those colors are nice. Ooh, let me see if I can share this. Because those colors are nice. And share. And can I, okay. Let me, There's so many clicking things. So many. Okay, there we go. Look at it.
Oh, nice.
I really like that purple and black.
Yeah, purple and
Yeah.
black. Nice. Nice.
And you're on
Yeah,
loops and
Ronald,
threads. So you went
the
to
6 Day
Michael's.
Star blanket. The 6 Day Star blanket is on my list for when I come back from vacation.
So speaking of star blankets, so I tried to buy the square skirt pattern on Ribbler, but because whoever put it on there is international, it locked my cards down. Well, 2 of my cards got locked, and 1 of my cards just would refuse to let me make the purchase because it's international. And they're like, "This is fraud," and I'm like, "It's not fraud." So I had to call and get my cards unlocked, and I just can't. I just can't make the purchase. So my cards are unlocked. All that's fine. I just couldn't make the purchase, and so I was like, you know what? I can figure this out. I'm an adult girly. I'm learned. And so I was like, I just want a skirt that's got points at the bottom. I just finished making this star baby blanket. What if I look at the pattern for the star baby blanket, figure out how many like chains that I need for it to go around my waist, and then just start the pattern for the star baby blanket going from there on. And so,
oh man, my brain, I couldn't do it.
Well, because the star baby blanket, like I literally am just doing the same thing, but taking the middle out of the blanket. So I just need to figure out how many stitches are at the point where it would fit around my waist and then keep going from there. So that's what I did. I made a few modifications, but it's coming along. I'm wearing black. That does not help. But it's coming along. It's got points. Let me see if I can, there we go. So you can see it a little bit better. But it's got points. It's nice and ruffly. It's
I
black.
I like this roughly, and I like that it's not like super solid. It has some interest to it.
Yes, well, it's gonna have
holes in it.
It's gonna have more interest to it because so the first, like, let me see.
But that looks too big for your waist, ma'am.
I'm gonna put a drawstring.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a drawstring. I'm gonna make a waistband and put a drawstring as well. Because I measured it for my waist, but I measured it for my waist sitting down. Like sitting directly in the chair because I did not feel like standing up, and I was like, I knew from the go that I was going to make a drawstring. But about, I want to say the first like 7 or is that 10 rows? I don't know how long, but that first section I was doing with my 5mm crochet hook, and then I got and then the last, like, I want to say 2 rows, I switched to, what hook is this? I switched to my 9mm.
Okay.
So that it would be 1 to speed it along. 2, I like in this. I'm just gonna say square because saying square every time makes me want to start talking like this, and this is not what we need for our live stream. The square skirt has is more like airy and holish, it's just more like you can see through it more, and I wanted more of that look, and so I switched to a much bigger hook, even though it feels like it's not making that much of a difference. I think I am accidentally adjusting to it, but it is making a bit of a difference because when I measured it, like the basically 1 stitch or one stitch with the 9mm is about 1.5 stitches with the 5mm. So it's making some difference. But I also I went and looked at, because I realized me and my buying patterns and then forgetting that I bought patterns. I bought the pattern for the Abigail dress. Have you seen that pattern?
I don't know unless you showed it to me on stream. I don't think so.
I'm gonna pull it up. Stop sharing. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see. Ravelry, because it's a dress that I've been wanting to make for a long time, but I have been putting it off because when I look at the reviews, everybody's like, this is a terribly written pattern. I was able to figure it out, but I had to do a lot of stuff to make it work. This isn't really a pattern. This is more guidelines. This isn't a pattern. This pattern sucks. What you need to do is, and so a lot of people are saying a lot of things about this pattern.
Is this another pattern you got from Ribbler?
No, this is a Ravelry. This is a Ravelry exclusive, I think. No, I think she has it on Etsy as well. But this is I have seen it primarily on Ravelry. But it's such a fairy coated dress. Let me do this and do that and do this. And then do, where is it? Oops, accidentally clicked. And then do that. There we go. This is the Abigail dress. Have you seen this dress?
No. That's cute though.
It is such a fairy coated dress, but it's also, she made it so that you can make it in adult sizes too. Because I think she has a picture of, yeah. So this is an adult person.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make it in adult sizes too. But if you look at the reviews, girly, they're a little harsh. Just because I think she was very loose in her description. So like, so an intermediate to expert crocheter could probably figure it out and would be frustrated, whereas a beginner crocheter would be like, oh, what are you talking about, girly? But this, I like the points on this, and I like how like deep the points are. And so I had bought this pattern at some point because it has got you in my library. I had bought this pattern at some point. I do not remember when. And I went back in. So I opened the pattern for the first time ever. Wild. I opened the pattern, but I went to the part where she's making the skirt and looked at what she has written for making the points on her skirt. And I adopted that a little bit. And so let me start sharing this. And so for the star baby blanket, doing the little shells in the corner, it had you doing double crochets. In the Abigail dress, at first you're doing double crochets, and then you switch to doing triple crochets. Hello to people in Instagram. Hello. We were talking about crocheting stuff right now with my mom. But in the Abigail skirt, it has you doing double crochets, and then you switch to doing triple crochets, so the points are a little bit longer. And so I am strictly going off vibes right now. I am just doing like a couple rows of double crochet and then like a row of triple crochet every once in a while to stretch out the point. It is fully strictly vibes of like, I feel like it's not quite pointy enough. Let me add another row of triple crochet. But it's going pretty good so far.
I think it looks cute.
Yep. I'm a
little concerned about the waist, but I like the way the hem's looking.
I am just gonna add a waistband, and we're gonna go from there.
Okay.
I also, little did you know, that I've been sitting here the entire time with a secret, because upon my foot is a sock I made.
You made a sock?
I made one sock. I didn't even make the mate for it. I made a single sock.
Did you crochet a sock?
I did. Because sometimes patterns are just laid upon my heart, and I just can't. I have to get it out of my fingers so that I can do something else. So I made a sock. It looks just like you would expect a crochet sock to look, like a slipper. I used the Dusty Rose sparkle yarn because I was like, I'm going to make myself a cute pair of sparkle.
So you used worsted weight yarn and made a sock?
I did. Because I just needed to get through it, because I made this with the flat sock pattern.
Which flat sock pattern did you use?
The one that shows up.
That looks better than
the one that shows up everywhere when you look. I mean, I've also been wearing it, so that might be why it looks better, because it was molded to my foot. Because I fully just wore it last night too. It kept my foot warm. I wish I'd made two, because one of my feet was slightly colder. Let me look up because I don't support people doing this, but if you're gonna do it, so the girly who made the flat sock pattern, she sells her, I have on my little footy socks, and then I wore the crochet sock over one of my footy socks. So I wasn't wearing straight crochet sock.
She was just being weird. She was just being weird, Ronald. You had it right the first time. Rude. She was just being weird.
Rude. One foot had double socks, and the other one had a single layer of just like store-bought footy sock. Let me flat sock crochet. I'm just sharing so many screens today. Present.
Well, while she's looking for that pattern, do you already have it?
I got it. It's right
Okay.
here.
Go ahead.
I just got to get it opened up on the screen. Because I'm pulling up the YouTube page. It's this one. Because in every pattern and everything, she has the picture of this sock with this exact coloring. And so this is the one that I'm thinking of. But this is the flat crochet. Ooh, let me stop hovering over it. But this is the flat crochet sock that I made. It worked out pretty quick. I made it in a day. I made just one, and so I made it in a day, like between all the other nonsense that I had to do.
Those flat socks, that flat sock that I made, it didn't take long to make it. I didn't like the way it fit. But
I don't mind the way it fits.
I enjoyed making it, but I didn't like the way it fit.
Bye, Judy. Have fun.
Bye, Judy. But
yeah, I don't mind the way it fits, but I was expecting it to fit like a slipper, which it does.
Yeah. See, it looks more like a sock on the video, but it was.
I have a feeling that she also used maybe a DK. One, because it looks smaller and a bit more fitted, and two, because this is my super sleuthing. She has an accent, and so she has an accent. That means that she probably doesn't live in the US, and places outside of the US have DK yarn.
A lot.
Exactly. More accessible. So using my powers of deduction, I'm assuming she used DK when I used worsted. But lucky for me, even though don't do this, if you're out here, don't do this. I'm glad because it made my life easier, but I do not condone this because she sells her pattern, but somebody in the YouTube video wrote up all of the instructions that she said in the YouTube video. So she has because a lot of people will do, if you want it written, you can pay for it, or you can watch the video for free. But if you want the written one, you can pay for it. Somebody went in her comments of her video of her free pattern that she did in the video and just wrote the pattern out.
I'm surprised that she didn't block that.
She didn't catch it and pull it out. Yeah.
Because if it was me, if I was actually selling my pattern, I would have blocked that comment so fast.
I would have been looking for that.
If I was selling the pattern. Although to be fair, I have done that too, but I would not put that up for anybody else.
Yeah, I will do that, but I will do that for me. I will watch a video, write the stuff out for me, so that I will do the legwork. Yeah, because that means that I have watched your video. I have given you a view of your video. I will do the legwork. I don't feel bad about it because I have given you a view. More than one view, probably, because I've had to run through it a couple times and rewind it 100 times. Yeah, but I left her video up and let it play. But I did also, she got her little view. But I also did screenshot the pattern that was written in the comments, and that is what I worked off of. Because me, and the Lord knows that I cannot crochet watching a video. It drives me insane.
I mean, I can, but I don't like to. We've discussed this before. I don't like to do it just because I want to take my crochet different places, and if you have to consult the video, then you can't take it with you to crochet at the family reunion when you're trying to not be stressed.
Exactly.
I mean, they'll put up with you crocheting at the family reunion. They won't put up with you watching a YouTube video and crocheting at the family reunion. But so during this weekend, is there anything else crafty yarning you want to talk about? What? You're not saying things.
Yes, crafty, not yarny. Okay, Spectrum is coming for me, I think, because I'm trying to open things up. Yes, crafty, no, not yarny.
Okay. Well,
unless you're also about to talk about more crafty things.
Well, I have more crafty yarny things to talk about, but you can go.
Here, you talk about your thing, and then I'll.
Ronald, I agree with you. This is a cogent fact. I agree with you.
Yes.
There. Where I don't want to watch a 2-hour video where I'm watching you do every single one of those 20 rows.
At the very least, when you start doing the 20 rows, put it in 5 times speed or something. So you're like, So we watched it. That is exactly what you did. Like,
or like he says, this is how you do the row. I'll do it one more time just to make sure you have it. Now go ahead and do 20 more of those, and we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, either one of those I'm okay with, but some people will do every single row, and it's like, okay, so now we're going to do this row again for the 15th time. It's just like before.
And you don't have anything more interesting to say.
Because it's the same thing.
Oh, you were watching a video for the 6-day star blanket? I was just going to go to the website.
I was also just going to look up a pattern.
Like,
anyway,
fast forward. Do you want to alternate, or do you want to do more of your?
Do yours. I didn't realize you had more things. You usually don't have more things, so I was prepared.
I usually don't have more things either, and it's not like I have anything. Like I was saying while you were gone, I don't have any progress on my other thing. I did while we this weekend had some craftiness to it. Your play cousin is an artist, and so I asked them about colored pencils, because I was thinking about getting some colored pencils, and I was thinking about Prismacolor, but since I was going to be over there this weekend anyway, and frankly, I have trouble thinking of things to talk to them about, but I'm trying to have conversation. So I asked them about colored pencils, and they immediately say, I don't like colored pencils, I prefer paint. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I do coloring books. I don't do art like you. I do coloring books, and I do markers, but I was thinking of doing colored pencils. And so your mother said you might have an opinion on what's a good colored pencil. She's like, well, and I said, I was using Crayola and I didn't really like those. And she said, yeah, Crayola sucks. And she said,
yes.
She said, well, I mean, we grew up with Crayola crayons, so I thought the pencils would be good.
Crayola, I just found out recently. Crayola used to be a premium art supply brand, and then at some point pivoted to being the cheap children option, which is wild to me. I mean, they probably sell a lot more that way, being the premium for children option, but
I never knew that they were ever a premium art brand. I've always known them as children's.
This is
crayons.
This is way back when sepia pictures were being taken. Maybe before then.
But because I grew up, at least when I was a kid, if you were a kid who had the 120 box that had the sharpener in the back of it, you were cool, because most parents wouldn't buy you that big box. So I always think of Crayola as being the good crayons, because they were better than like Rose Art and some of those ones you can get at the dollar store.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she says, Prismacolor, you should probably get some Prismacolor. I was like, oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking about getting too. So thank you for your input. And then I turn around and she's giving me her Prismacolor.
She just handed you her Prismacolor? Well, I mean, she did say she doesn't like colored pencils.
She doesn't like colored pencils. She said, yeah, Prismacolor. She said, oh yeah, these are the ones I was thinking of getting. I thought she was just showing them to me. And she says, you can take these because I'm not going to use them.
Ooh. So now you got
I can't take your expensive colored pencils. She said, take them. I'm like, okay, you're just like your mother, because every time I go over there, your Aunt Terry is always giving you something to take home.
Yeah.
And it runs in the family, because as soon we didn't even get to her house, in the car, her mother calls her, and so she puts her mother on speaker, because her mother has moved down here now and lives around the corner from her. And so Terry puts her mother on speaker, and Terry's mother says, have you picked up your friend yet? And she said, yeah, we're in the car now. She says, does she like cucumbers and tomatoes? Yes, I like cucumbers and tomatoes. Well, I've got extras from my garden. I'm like,
that's amazing.
Will they not let me leave empty-handed from this house?
You know who else does that? Ari does that. Anytime I go to Ari's house, I somehow end up going home with something. Ari and Tyler are always they'll send me pictures of look what I found at the store. Next time we meet up with each other, I got this for you. It's all the time.
Oh, good Lord. So I have the botanical garden set, and
Nice.
the Under the Sea set.
So I imagine the Under the
I
Sea
was
is a
good
lot of
because
blues
I have
and greens.
several. I have.
I mean, you do you, Ari. I'm not gonna be upset.
I have because I've bookmarked, well, like wish listed, I should say, several art books on my library wish list, and several of them are like how techniques for using colored pencils. So I might check out one of those. Also, we went to Homophobic Hobby Lobby.
Not Homophobic Hobby Lobby. They do got
Because I was looking for that Lion Brand yarn that I wanted for that hat, right? And I forgot, as I didn't remember till I walked in Hobby Lobby, that they pretty much only sell their brand of yarn.
Yes.
Occasionally they'll have a little bit of something.
I love this yarn, and then like maybe something else if it's fancy.
They pretty much sell their own brand of yarn. But I did pick up a ball of scrubby yarn.
Nice.
To make some more scrubbies for your Aunt Terry.
Is that a scrubby sparkle?
It's stretchy, which is weird. But I made up a scrubby. And you see it's barely made a dent in the ball. This is practically the whole ball. I made up a scrubby. It's not a sparkle yarn. It is one of the few Lion Brand yarns they have at their store. 100% nylon. It is called Stitch, Soak, and Scrub.
Okay, yes. I've seen that one.
And I'm gonna have to, because I made a scrubby with it, but it was like you could hold it in your palm and go, and it would fly across the room. Away. It was just it's almost nothing. It doesn't feel heavy enough by itself to scrub dishes. So I'm gonna have to hold some cotton with it.
Well, I was saying was, you know what you should do is you should spend just more time working with yarns that we both hate working with. Make a circle out of the scrubby, and then just make an equal size circle out of the cotton and sew them together so one side is scrubby, one side is cotton.
Yeah.
Then at least you're not holding yarn double.
Because she told me that she likes the ones that are, because I've tried several different patterns and several different yarns for her to see which kind she likes best. She likes the really rough ones, but those are really hard to work with my hands. You know, the ones that where you buy the spool of that tulle stuff, and then it's not even really yarn, and you scrunch it up and crochet with it. Yeah, it scrubs dishes really well, but it takes the skin off your hands. I hate scrubbing your hands. So I've been trying to use the other yarn. I've been trying out the other yarns that they make specifically that are supposed to be scrubby, but they're not rough enough.
How did you like the Lion Brand one that you had just now?
As far as scrubbing with it? Oh, as far as working with it?
Working with it and scrubbing with it.
Working with it's great.
Working with it's great.
I don't know if it's going to scrub well, but working with it is great.
Okay, because I was thinking about making some scrubbies to sell.
But like I said, I could make.
Sorry, I think Spectrum.
But I'm gonna find the leftover cotton. I'm gonna find the leftover cotton I have left in my house and hold cotton together with this so that it can, or maybe use your idea and make one side scrubby and one side cotton, one of the two, because she likes the double-sided. I've done the ones that are just the circle. I've done some that are squares. She likes circles. She likes them to be double-sided, but only about as big as the palm of your hand. Not because I've made some big ones, and she likes them to be just about like that big. Let's see. Ronald said his yarn he ordered shipped 8 days ago.
Making a label? That is 2 seconds in a printer. You are FedEx, ma'am. That's your job, making a label. Ew. Come up with a better lie.
But also while I was there, I was just looking at stuff because we were already there and they didn't have the yarn I wanted. So I'm like, let me see if there's anything else, because I haven't been in a craft store in a minute. And I kept walking by this kit, and I walked by it 3 times, and I was like, okay, I walked by it 3 times. I might as well get it. It was $3.50.
That's how I spent all my money in the store. I walked by it too many times. What is? Oh, it's a macrame kit. Cute.
It's enough to make 2 of these little butterflies.
Cute. Are they like earring size or are they like big?
No, they're supposed to be. The finished product is supposed to be 5 inches. So I was thinking of making it like a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Put
necklace.
Put it on cord to make it as a necklace. If I can get it.
Ronald. So macrame is the art of, just like crocheting is tying knots with a hook, macrame is also tying knots, but instead of a hook, you just have just the string, so you're tying the knots with the string.
Yes, it's fancy knots.
Yes.
It was big in the 70s, just like crochet was big in the 70s.
I will maybe see if I can find a example video.
But I've been flirting with the idea of getting into macrame for a little while, simply because I thought maybe you tend to use cord for macrame. I don't know if you can see this, but this is more of a cord than a yarn. But yeah. I've been flirting with the idea of macrame because I wanted to see if I could possibly use some of the yarn that I've got here. You know, some of the worsted weight to use up some of this yarn, because I have plenty of yarn, plenty of oddballs where I don't really have enough to do anything with, and I thought maybe I can macrame with it. So we'll see. I have some macrame books also on my wish list from the library. But if I finish my shirt in time, my shirt is the priority. If I finish my shirt in time, then I may try to make this necklace thing that I have in my head, and possibly a head scarf.
Oh, it's too late, Ronald. I've already looked it up.
Yeah, macrame typically is like they're showing there. Macrame is typically something that
hopefully mute.
You've put it on a bar or something to hold it to do your knotting. Kind of like when you make friendship bracelets. I imagine if you really think about friendship bracelets, it's probably a form of macrame almost.
Macrame.
Because it's in the same family of, yeah, it's in the 70s. Macrame was pretty much like wall hangings or those door that, you know, how in the 70s you would see those beaded things in your doorway. You know what I'm talking about?
I want a door curtain so bad.
But okay, so
I want a door curtain so bad.
Do you have a hard out today at 12?
I do.
Okay, so I'll make this really quick. We've got like 7 minutes, so I'll make it quick. Number 1, Ribbler.
I still have one more thing to show too, so go ahead.
Okay, well, show your thing. Show your thing.
Oh, okay. No, you start talking because it's gonna take me a minute to pull it back up.
Okay. Well, Ribbler does not want me, because I already discussed this with you. Ribbler does not want me to be on their site. I was with that scrubby yarn. I can't ever make anything off the top of my head like my daughter can. I have to use a pattern. So I thought, well, now's the perfect time to download the Ribbler app and see if maybe they have a pattern on there. I saw that they had a pattern. I downloaded the app, saw they had a pattern, went to download it, and it says, oh, well, you don't have an account with us. Let's go ahead and sign you up first, and then you can download this pattern. Cool. I try to sign up, and then it's supposed to send me a code. You know, you know how a lot of websites now or apps, instead of having you make a password, they send you a code to your email or your phone, and then you put the code in, and it's like, cool, they know it's you. You don't have to use a password. They sent me a code. I never got the code. And so they said, you didn't get the code, try using the password. So I thought that meant they were going to let me set up a password. So I clicked try using a password. And I put in a password. And it's like, well, we don't know that password. Well, of course you don't, because I'm trying to set it up. And so I thought, oh, okay, let me start all over again. And so I start all over again. And I put in my email address. Well, no, I put in my username, and so that username is already been used. Well, yeah, because I used it when I tried to set up, because it wasn't used the first time. I used it when I tried to set up, and so I said, okay, well, maybe they do have my account, and I just need to log in. So I go to the login thing. I put my email address. They say, oh, we don't know this email address. Well, I gave you this email address when I set up the username, so the email address and the username are associated with each other. I checked my email, I checked my junk mail, I checked my trash, I checked everything I could check on my email to see where this code went. And it just,
You're about to have to call customer service.
No, I'm just like, okay, Ribbler is not for me, and I shall move on.
They're like doing improvements, but it is still, they have updated their UI, but you still cannot download a pattern, is my problem right now. Because
okay,
I do
show
work.
your thing.
Oh yeah. I guess who spent a good hour taking apart and then reassembling their sewing machine. Me. That is my sewing table now. I have made things.
You used your sewing machine?
I did. And I made a drawstring bag.
Oh my goodness.
But that bag
those are your feet, I see?
Yes, those are my feet in my little socks.
So that means this is a picture of your bag, not just a picture of what the bag's supposed to look like.
Yeah, that is my bag. I don't have it right now because I gave it to my manager because her granddaughter, because that bag, it ended up so small because I did not factor in the math for seam allowance. So it ended up like so small, like child size, because I was trying to make an adult like proper size one because I was like, oh, maybe I'll have the bag for the cruise. I was trying to make an adult proper size one. It ended up literally so small. And so but it's like
I don't know how she's so talented, Ronald. She didn't get it from us.
I am just confident that I can do anything that I see somebody else doing. If I see you doing it well enough that it is an instructional, that I can do it.
Yes, we have the rock music needs to be creeping in, but we have 3 minutes, and I want to tell you this in 3 minutes. Okay.
You tell me this. Well, I had one more thing that I wanted to show. Hang on.
Show your thing.
Okay, I gotta go grab it. Give me a sec.
Can you please show me how to write SQL code? You're so funny.
I made another little drawstring bag. It's a little one.
Cute.
This one is lumpy because it's got a bear inside.
Cute.
But it's like, it functions.
Cute. Adorable. You did a good job.
And that's how you know that I made the one that's in the picture, because it's the same fabric. Okay, continue.
Cute. Okay, so we know the problem I had. I wanted to make that hat, and I wanted to make it out of the Lion Brand Rewind. And I ordered the kit. They said they don't have the yarn anymore. They gave me back my money.
Yes.
I had a little kerfuffle because they still wanted to charge me shipping. They sent me back the money for shipping. Everything's cool. I'm looking for the yarn this weekend. Couldn't find it locally.
Yes.
Come back home. Yesterday, Isaac goes out and gets the mail and says, hey, here, this is for you.
They still sent you the yarn?
Brand, what the fresh hell is this? Yes, they sent me the yarn. I'm looking in my email thinking they're going to send me an email saying, ooh, we accidentally sent you some yarn. You need to send us back that money. I see nothing. Isaac is like, don't you dare say anything to me.
No, do not.
You just don't say a thing. You just keep that yarn and don't worry about it. I'm like, but it's not fair. They're
the ones that didn't put it on back order and decided to refund you. And then still sent it.
And I like the way it feels.
And that's
but
a
it
ribbon
is,
yarn, right?
yeah, it's very thin. It's very
I
thin and
see.
it feels nice and soft. It reminds me of my favorite nightshirt.
Is it
It's
stretchy or is it no stretch?
it's it does not stretch. It's not stretchy at all.
It's not. Does it stretch horizontally? Like it's not stretching long ways. Will it stretch like widthways?
Yeah, it feels like it stretches just a little bit,
Okay.
but not purposely.
I just
Well,
want to know what to
no,
expect if I decide to find some of that.
I mean like this way, this way it doesn't
No
stretch.
stretch. Yeah.
This way it stretches a little bit, but it feels like it shouldn't. It feels like it's gonna break
Okay.
if I
Okay.
pull it too much. It feels like it's gonna pull apart like tearing a piece of paper.
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
it feels like. It feels like tearing a piece of paper, a piece of tissue paper, if you pulled that too much. So I would not do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I'm excited to start the hat, but I have other things that I have to do, so I cannot start this hat.
I mean, I
And
had other things that I needed to do, and yet I made 2 drawstring bags and a sock.
and this is not necessarily the cut because it's like a gray. It's called
Mhm.
marbles. It's a gray. So it's
Is
not
that the only color that you got, or did you get a few different colors?
no. I got two. I got because the hat takes 2 balls, so I got 2 balls of this.
Oh, okay.
And because I figured they had this color and then they had like a dark color, and I'm thinking it's a sun hat. You want light color to, a lighter color to reflect the sun, but
Mhm.
instead of soaking in the sun. So I went ahead and got the gray because those were the only 2 colors they had. But but I mean they make this yarn in other colors, but every time I look at places to buy it, it seems like
It's out.
they're sold out of all the other good colors,
Mhm.
and they've got gray and they've got black.
That's funny.
So so I guess maybe if I can get my shirt done, then maybe I can make a sun hat. Although this lady looks like she's wearing a dress made out of this stuff.
I gotta know how that feels. What is?
Yeah. Well, it's
How
a
does that
dress where she's
fit?
got, or like a tunic, because she's got jeans and a tank top under it. So,
Mhm.
but yeah. So we got to get out of here, right? Because you got a heart out.
We do one last thing. The last thing, because I just remembered it, and I know I'm going to forget it by next week. One of my friends at the Wednesday market, she got into Blue Ridge Pride over here in Asheville. Their Pride is in November. Don't ask why. Or September. Sorry. Don't ask why. So she got into Pride, but she has 2 different things at the Pride that they want her to do because she's like vending her table, but she makes like drink bitters, and so they want her to have samples of things in another space, and so she needed somebody to work her table. So this is going to be my first Pride event. I've never been to a Pride like anything before, so I'm going to Pride to work her table, and she's paying me $18 an hour to run her table. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to be going to my first Pride event, and I'm going to be working her table. And depending on how
it's going to be after vacation, right?
Yes, after vacation. Yeah, I already checked my dates and everything, and I am available. So that is going to be exciting. And depending on how I feel about the vibes, maybe I will try to get into Pride next season. I thought about it this year, but I was like, I'm already throwing everything at the wall. Let me not also get into a huge event that I'm not sure I can do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to our Instagram friends. Thank you to our YouTube friends, especially Junie and our ride or die Ronald.
And Ari was there for like 2 seconds.
And Ari was here for 2 seconds.
I think he's still here. I think he's lurking.
But thank you for hanging out with us. We will be back here again Friday, right?
Yeah. Now you're making me concerned. Let me check my schedule. I believe
and a single sock.
Yes, we will be here Friday.
Yes, so we will be here Friday at 10 a.m. Not on Instagram. Sadly, friends can go check us out.
Spectrum is
Check out the bundle and such.
Spectrum is coming for you in this closing. What she was saying was, we're not going to be on Instagram. On Friday when we play games, we're on Twitch where the real gamers are.
Not that we're real gamers, but whatever.
Real gamers.
Real gamers. But thank you for hanging out with us. And if you made it this whole way, either live or in the video on demand, go in the comment section and leave us a truck emoji, because I still don't know why Lion Brand sent me yarn that I didn't pay for.
Leave a truck emoji. Leave a truck emoji if you think she should say something to Lion Brand. Leave a single sock emoji if you think she should just keep it. Just a one sock.
But thanks for hanging. Bye.
Bye. I am ending the stream. This is me pressing the end.